normally we shouldn't sit in tokonoma because normally tokonoma is the very special place, kind of holy place that you need to keep a very big respect to the alcova. Of course, I see then we make the question and answer that's in Japanese rules probably is very bad manner, but I know. So it's good to know all the rules. If you know the rules, you can always adapt also to your lifestyle these rules and never be so strict. Knowing the rules is very important, but also we don't need to be very conservative with all the entire world. If you will be with the very important people, very important event, of course, it's bad manner to do it. But in the recording, as we are doing, I always like to sit because it's very good background. But I will tell you about this tokonoma. This is the fourth actually place that I use to display things. So we are in the workshop area, but for me this area is very important for all the visitors that come here, the students that come here, and for myself as well. I most of my life spent in the workshop, especially this area, and tokonoma is a part of my life. A display is also part of my very important part of my life. It's the biggest tokonoma in the house, and maybe I will tell you only roughly the size of this tokonoma to understand that probably if you don't have like this big space and you don't deal with big trees, it's not necessary really to have such a big tokonoma. This is 1.5 tatami mat tokonoma, which means normally you will have 1.80 m by plus 90 centimeters, but here I have 2 meters tatami mat plus 90 centimeters and a little bit space on the left and on the right side of this tokonoma. The height is quite big because it's made for the scrolls. Normally the scrolls that you will buy in Japan, they are around 2 meters. They're very difficult to get a little bit shorter, 160, 170, 180. So to adapt the scroll that is 2 meters length, you need to have at least background of 2 meters 40 centimeters, and probably from the tokogamachi is more or less this length, around 2 meters 40 centimeters with otoshigake. This tokonoma doesn't have really relation with a traditional tokonoma, Japanese traditional tokonoma, because there is no tokobashira. There is no rule according to tokogamachi. This is the black tokogamachi that normally it will be in very classic formal style tokonoma, but I like the black line on the photos, so that's why it's here this black tokogamachi. There are of course shelves as a normal tokonoma. It's a normal tokonoma, a formal style. The shelves are on the side of tokonoma. In this case, I made the shelves under the tatami because it's good space for storage your kakejiku, tenpais, tables, and all the items that you will use to make a display. Of course, the height of the tokonoma depends from many things. We'll also talk about it, but for now I would like to focus on the important job of each craftsman that is strictly related with tokonoma.